name is Anik Fauzdar, and me and my colleague Mohit, on behalf of Evargro, welcome you guys to join this Evargro Knowledge Series session, where it's a privilege for us to have Ananthraj as the guest speaker today. I hope all of you who are with us in the call today are you guys are safe, your family are all safe, and you guys are doing well. These are very unprecedented times where all of us are seriously challenged to a level that we as human beings could never think that as small a thing as a virus can uh, put 50% of humanity under lockdown and literally pushing us to rethink in a way how we are going to evolve out of this crisis, and how the new normal would be something significant for us to drive for. Um, as a part of the overall industry that we are talking about, we all know that there is a serious impact that has happened over the last 60 days, where the challenge of the lockdown, the challenge of the containment issues that we had, has literally brought the whole economy to a standstill. A lot of things are being done, a lot of efforts are being made to get the economy back on track. And I'm sure you guys have been following the developments. Our finance minister spoke about the detailing of the 20 lakh crore package that our prime minister announced to revive the economy, and all of those things are something that is important from a cohesive perspective for us to evolve and get out of the ecosystem. The control systems low voltage industry per se has also taken a lot of hit. Construction has come to a standstill. Security industry, which is one of the fastest growing market in India and globally, have taken a huge hit of this, and this has really made it important for us to think about how our next steps would be as we limp out of this lockdown. And today, it's really pertinent for us to have Ananthraj GH, who is the business head security vertical for one of India's most respected and the largest direct marketing companies, Eureka Forbes Limited, and who brings in a very deep understanding, a profound knowledge about selling security system to end users, and how it's going to evolve as we progress out, or as we manage out of this lockdown and gradually come to terms with the new norm. I would request participants to be interactive as a part of the session. Please put on your questions, if there are any, to type onto the chat box that is there. We will take the questions during the session as and when they become pertinent for us to bring them in to have Anand answer those questions. Request everybody to kindly put yourself on mute and get your cameras as well off, because this will free up the bandwidth for the session to go smoothly. We know that technology is something which all we are banking on right now, but yes, it fails at times. And today, when the whole world is talking about a digital strategy, a digital mode of communication with each other, this becomes significant for us to have. So I would request participants to kindly, put your video off, keep yourself on mute. You have the opportunity to ask questions, and kindly type out your questions on the chat box. And from our end, we will be monitoring those questions, and we will take it to Anant as he takes us through this session. I thank all of you guys once again for taking out your time and joining this session. And I hope in the next 1 hour or so that we will deliberate upon the different aspects of the industry and how our life is going to change from a business perspective, for Anant to take us through this. Anant, thank you so much personally for agreeing to do this. and taking out time from your busy schedule. I know the kind of pressure, the kind of challenge that you are facing as a business leader right now to get business back for the organization. Thank you so much. I would pass on the baton to you now to take us through the session. Mohit, if you can kindly mute everybody except Anant, and also maybe you can turn off the cameras for a few participants who are still on, so that at least we can have a free session for this team to do that. Ananthraj, over to you,
Yeah.
and look forward to a fantastic interaction.
Thanks, Anik. Good evening to all of you participants. Thanks for that good words, Anik. After spending so many years, I still feel I'm a good student of this game called business sales. Thanks for the opportunity. Once again, good evening to all the participants. Hope all of you are doing well and your families are doing well. As we all know, as Anik said, you can say yourself as fortunate to see this or unfortunate to see this, however you call. Since the session is all about positive thinking, I would say this is very fortunate. Our generation at this peak of our life, at 45s and 50s and 55s of our life, we are witnessing something which the last four generations before us and maybe the next four generations after us may not see this. I mean, no one has experienced this kind of thing. You talk to your parents, you talk to your grandparents. If they are there still, if you are lucky, they don't have. Maybe before that, they had the great grandparents had that experience of some plague or whatever, and some war, world war experience. But otherwise, this kind of situation no one ever had expected. You can call yourself lucky or unlucky, but we are going through this experience. We have no choice. Yep. So, having said that, situation brings the best, of all of us as a human. They say in English, the necessity is mother of all the inventions. So is this. The platform what we are meeting today is also because of the situation what we are in. Otherwise, I don't think we would have ever met each other or talked to each other like this. Thanks to the situation, we are here. And as a human, the Charles Darwin theory always says, the survival of the fittest. And we continue to, align ourselves. We continue to change our mindset. We continue to change our attitude and go on adjusting to the situations. Come virus, come X, come Y, we still are on. That's the human spirit. So the great opportunity from Evargro knowledge series for me also to share my experience. As I said, being in the industry for last 12 years in specifically in security systems. Overall, if I say 15 to 20 years, when India was not seeing intrusion system, so Eureka Forbes was one of the pioneers in India, along with the key players like Honeywell and other people. We started this, selling it to the end users, and in or out, I've been part of this and seriously into this for last 12 years, building this business brick by brick with the help of course, a great team of people whom I have along with. I was lucky to have them throughout my life. This situation and the subject what Anik has given to me reminds me about only 1 minute. There's some hiccup. Yep. This is what I was telling. As a human, we have this great spirit. The presentation what I have today, before this, I just wanted to say, tell this. Most of you may know this oldest story in sales ever. A guy goes from India, management sends him to an African, this one to study the opportunity for selling shoes. He goes and looks at it, comes back and reports that, boy, no one is wearing any chappal or shoes there. We can't do anything there. And the management sends the next person to go. And, the person comes back and telling that, it's the greatest opportunity for me there. Management, you please send me there. This is what I'm looking at, and we are going to go rock there because no one wears shoes there, and everyone can be sold. A pair of shoes there. That's the biggest market. So this is what is the required, thing, attitude or behavior or mindset or opportunity. How we have to look at it because we have no choice. And only thinking positive, only thinking, aloud can make the difference in our lives, to our businesses, to our jobs, whatever we have been doing. When the going gets tough, which is already tough now, only the tough people who are very tough in their mind, who are very positive in their attitude, can only go forward and pass through this tough phase of life as well as the business scenario, right? So, the subject what Anik has given very clearly says the changing landscape of selling. I'll just take you with my experience, next 10, 15 slides and how things are working out. Most of you being in the, the business, and today's world is so open to communication. As I'm talking, Sita Raman has just started a second day sessions today in the TV. And as she speaks from the TV, you would find, WhatsApp going on with all the details. That is the, the speed of the world today. The information is available for everyone. I've also used some of the information available, thought about through my experience, and then I'm sharing it with all of you. We can debate, discuss, agree, disagree, but at the end of the day, we need to find a way, to myself, to yourself, to see success for all of us and our families. That's how it is. The reality cross check. This is what, unfortunately, I'm starting with the negative slide, but that's the reality. If you see, you read paper, most of us are not reading paper because it is COVID related decision for all of us. We are not reading the newspaper. Whenever you see the electronic media, WhatsApp or news channels, this is what is happening. Demand and supply gap has become in many industries and many segments. There are so much of stocks available in some places, and there's no stock. There's so much of demand, which has really created havoc and the indifference to many businesses. Security industry. One of the point which I was going through after Anik spoke to me, the world over, the security surveys I just saw. American Security Survey says it is very badly affected in US. But when I saw and compared, they say the residential is not accepted there. More of enterprise and government organizations are allowing people to still work on the installations and business. But I felt it can be a different scenario in India. We may get some good kind of entries and opportunities on the other side, the Soho segment, the small and medium enterprises and the residential, than the commercial because of the delayed decisions. But the fact is, in Europe and America, American market, it is very badly affected industry. Performing sectors in India, take airlines or hospitality, or the best performing airlines, Indigo. If you take real estate, tourism, hospitality, hospital segment, most of them were doing average, above average, and fantastic. Everything has come to standstill. Definitely, this is related to our business in the commercial segment, and also because of the employees working there, it is very much connected to our residential and small businesses. The next point which I am sharing was, about the pink slips and cost cuts, what each company is going through. Everyone is seeing the other person because the situation, no one knows what's next. They want to play safe. They want to play a long game. So therefore, some actions immediately, and let's wait and see. That's what is the. But that is going to have a counter effect later for all of us in the business front when the salaries are cut. But let's discuss that point, later stages in detail. Panic situation, of course, is being created amongst the consumers, the employees, the business owners, the organizations, even in the government. Okay, many statements you see. I was laughing at the Donald Trump's video. This is the most powerful man in the world. You could see him blasting at the journalist and going off, canceling his the meet itself. That's the situation today. I mean, people are panicking, people are confused what to do. That's how it is. Multiple negative effects for India. As you are aware, it was already performing bad in the last quarter of the last year. Everybody was expecting, the revival in the last quarter of last financial year. Unfortunately, the most important month for all of us in the month of March, we went bonkers, completely off without any information. But that was negative part of it. We cannot keep on thinking only negative, right? As you saw yesterday, as I'm talking today, every minute things are changing. Yesterday was the biggest news, and day for yesterday when Mr. Modi spoke about 20 lakh crores. I don't even know how many zeros in that. I have not calculated yet. Okay, that much of money is being bought into the system to help each and every one of us in different segments, especially focusing on the the micro, small, and medium enterprises, which most of our people in the industry, like integrators, the small dealers, and the distributors, fall into. It's a great news. The loans are being given without any kind of guarantees and other small set of records are required. So many initiatives are being taken to revive. And after Japan and America, India is the only country in the world ahead of many European countries, which is spending so much of money. So much of money. 21% is what Japan is spending. Next is US. 10% of our GDP is being spent by India. No other country other than Europe, Japan and America are spending so much of money to revive the economy. And as the prediction goes, we were supposed to be going at 6% to end the year with the growth, and we are expected to land on point 0.8 or 0.9 at the end of 2021, which is still, with that, India will be the only country or only the second country along with China to show some positive growth on the economy. That is very positive news for all of us in the call and across the country who are doing business, who are in the jobs, right? Because if you are in a positive economy, yeah, yes, the prediction was big, but it's not there. So what? We are better than so many hundreds of countries in the world. That's the way to think now. That's the way to be. No, the way the South African salesman was thinking positive in a negative situation. Few more points. Local for local, vocal for local was the mantra, and after that you would have seen many things coming in. That will definitely affect in the future our industry, because our industry depends mostly on imports immediately. It may see a great kind of settlement later in maybe post 6 months, but currently if it is implemented for our industry, we will be affected badly. I don't think that will happen. We'll discuss that. Apple phone, diverting its 20 to 30% of its production to India, it will be a great news. We have been told, but we don't have any official confirmation that India is going to be the next manufacturing hub of the world, because most of the countries are pulling out of China to teach them a lesson. That's going to be an advantage. The better, the faster, the better for all of us. Because once that happens, there is no going back for the next 15 to 20 years. So, in a way, when you look back, Corona, after 6 months or 1 year or 5 years down the line, you'll be telling that thank God Corona came for India. Because Corona came, maybe if all these things, whatever is there in the air, if that happens, even if that 20% of that happens, the global investment comes here. I was told that already government is working with the South Korean companies, Japanese companies, and other European companies who are ready to put the plant here in Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, in some of the other states. Already the land is been, the most important thing is been assigned. They looked into, they are finalized with the chief ministers. These are all the hearsay right now. Nothing in black and white, but definitely it's going to happen. If it happens, we can be very well assured. Even our generation, 50s, can be of a great it will be of a great help for all of us to end up our career after 20 15 to 20 years down the line. So thanks to Corona, then let's hope for the best and see what happens. But things are looking positive as I'm talking. Every minute, every hour, every day, things are changing. It is unpredictable things, and many positive things are there. That is what we need to take and move forward in life. So with all these things happening, this is the next slide, which I am talking right now, is about the consumer. What is the behavior? The most important part of our business is the customer. How the consumer is thinking. To make you all understand about this slide, I just want you to think yourself as a consumer. Just think last 60 days exactly. I think we are around 16 days of lockdown period. What has happened to you and your family? You as the head of the family or even an important member of the family, what are the decisions you have taken? Have you not changed yourself? Has the family has not changed in your thinking? Say yes if you agree with me in the chat box. Okay. So, a lot of things are happening in our mind. We are thinking. Just to tell you, the major things I've just listed out, 9 out of 10 customers have changed their traditional shopping habits. 9 out of 10 customers, almost 90% of the customers have changed their habits. Most of us, I was, for example, I never used a Paytm till date in my life. You must be surprised. I used to use my cards. Okay, never downloaded an app for payment. But today, last 60 days, most of my payments are only through Paytm, because by then I had luckily I had done the KYC. I am not able to download Google and other apps, but I'm depending on, and it is so convenient because we are so scared of Corona. If I give a card, my family will bark on me. Don't use the card. They will touch. This will happen. That will happen. Use this, desanitizer, whatever you want. But it is so easy to make the payments. Big basket, big name. Shahrukh Khan was coming every day. Nobody was bothered about him. Everyone used to go to shop and buy. Today, big basket is, especially being in Bangalore and South India. And on the other day, I had an opportunity to interact with the CEO of the big basket. He says everything is positive for us. We are not able to supply. We are not able to. And I'm just telling you the positive news. There are five CEOs conclave. One of them was in a big basket. He says, I'm hiring around 30,000 people I need right now. Why am I telling this? Because if you are thinking only negative things are happening, no. There are equal number of companies, there are equal number of opportunities on the positive side also. We also had an opportunity to hear to Britannia CEO, who manufactures biscuits. We all eat biscuits, Good Day and other biscuits. They says it's all business and business for us. We are hiring, we are not able to fulfill the needs of the people. That's how it is. Coming back to the consumer behavior, things are changing. Normal purchases, and most of us in this room, whatever we are hearing now, right now, people are online. Hardly we have gone to the shops. Even if you go to the shop, being an educated, being going through this situation, we are running away from people. There are people who are not that educated, who do not know. They come and fall on you the way that it is to be in India. We are so scared. We run away from people today. It is happening to all of us without even our knowledge. This is the biggest change. We are so worried about our own self protection. Social distancing has become a big norm, new norm. We ourselves, our kids and parents, we are not allowing them to go out. Anyone who's coming in for servicing, for delivery of products. After that pizza incident in Delhi, no one is ordering pizzas. Okay, which made around 60 to 80 people being quarantined. After that, so scared. Nobody is going for online deliveries. Everywhere things are different. Digital adoption. This is what I was talking. This is what we are going to talk even down the line also. Biggest change ever happened. We are forced, even people who never used, we are forced to see this, we are forced to use this and adapt ourselves. Happy to say, if the some survey figures comes out, it will be bombarding, the numbers, the amount of, changes happened in this segment. Even in villages, the farmers have been given apps to use, to order, to sell there. As we are talking, a lot of things are happening at the lowest level of the strata. At the villages with uneducated people being there, they've been given the digital mode to deal with their producers to buy and sell. Okay. And the other biggest thing happening because of the time factor, the time availability is everyone is sitting and reflecting on our own self, our own journey. I'm sure you would have done that. You would have written some pages, or you would have thought, you would have discussed with your best friends, your wives, your spouse, and your kids. You would have told the stories, how we have come up, how we are done. Okay, you would have regretted. You would have regretted some of the decisions, on the purchases. Why did I spend so much of money? Why did I, spend a lakh of rupees for something? You'd be regretting, for some of the, decisions you have made on the purchases. No. At that point of time when you're purchasing, you never thought negative about it. Today, okay, you are sitting and thinking that why did I spend that lakh of rupees? I would have saved it. That is a realization happening to many people, whether it is small amount or a big amount. People are thinking, people are getting more matured, and therefore their decisions to buy or do something or not to do something in future will be not the same as it used to be. It is not going to be, kind of impulse decision. No, they'll think and do. Even when I was studying some research, the Americans, the teenagers, the millennials who are spendthrift. American culture is completely different. They have decided not to spend. In fact, the millennials, the 90 born people, are the one who are still, at least doing some spending. Otherwise, the youngest generation who used to spend a lot are thinking a lot and not spending. A lot of changes are seen in each level of the consumer. People who are making decision to buy our products, right? They are also thinking and doing it. So therefore, when you go to customers tomorrow, it may not be the same sales pitch. It may not be the same sales pitch what I have done for 25 years or 30 years. We may have to think why we are studying consumer behavior, because as a salesman, as a sales a businessman, you need to understand what can sell to this customer today, the new customer, 2.0, 3.0 we call. So customer 2.0 you can call. This customer is intelligent. This customer is digitally savvy. This customer is thinking to make any decisions, right? So let's see how these decisions are going to help. Or one more slide. This is Mackenzies report. As I was little going through this yesterday or day for yesterday, I saw in the first slide we saw the monies are being cut. The organizations are cutting 20 to 30% of your salaries. Whatever increments people have got last 3 years because of their hard work, their salaries are being cut and they're going back to their 3-year-old CTC. 3 year back, 30%. For example, a person who's earning 50 lakh rupees as a CTC, if 20% of that is 10 lakhs, 30% of that is 15 lakhs. That means the CTC will be minus 15 out of 50. That is, will be 35, which you would have earned around 3 years back. So come back and look at this slide now. If you are thinking like the first salesman of South Africa, you may be thinking negative. If you look at deep into this chart and look at the salary cut, one comparison I'll give, you would have lost 15% of his salary. Look at his red, the dots in the slide in the left hand chart. It says all this red and pink is, the customers have stopped. On the left hand side, you will see, the food and grocery, apparels, household items, entertainment, services, okay, transportation and travel. You see everything is red. That means all these budgets for all of us, forget anybody, don't break your head. You just look at yourself. Other than the groceries, other than some soaps and detergents and aftershaves and other things, maybe some entertainment channels, Netflix or Amazons, or some games, none of the families are spending any other money. That means if you take 30,000 rupees budget for a family, only 30% of that maximum we would be spending for our groceries earlier. Means 70% of your budget, what you used to spend, is stopped. That means where is the money? The money is with the customers. Like the organizations, like the government, even customers have decided to wait and watch, hold the money. That means by not doing all these things, only doing 30% of the spending, customers are keeping their money. On the other side, I have lost 15% of my salary, but I have cut my expenses to almost 70%. That means the money is there with me. Okay. Now comes the priority. Right now, my priority in this, as per this chart, globally, they have done this. This is a big survey they have done, McKinsey. Right now, people are spending money only for groceries, household, and some entertainment like Netflix and Amazon. That's it. That's it. They're not even going for gym. They're not, nobody is traveling. For example, by now, if Corona was not there, most of us would be traveling today with families. You agree with me? At least each one of us would be spending a lakh rupees to 3 lakh rupees for an India trip or an abroad, for Far East or an European trip. Think of it. Most of us have saved that money. We were about to book our tickets to Indonesia. Luckily, we did not lose. And many people, COVID started, they had lost their ticket money because most of them had booked also, right? And the government had told airlines to refund their money. That money is saved today. It is safe with the customer. And if I am a salesman, I would look at it as an opportunity that, if I am able to sell that idea to the customer, there is money, I can pull that money to my product. That's how I look at it, right? Is security a priority? Some of the points I went through, going by my own experience, discussing with many of my colleagues and others. Yes, it is a priority. Earlier, I said American Institute, the survey said it's a negative for us, but it is positive. These are the points. Going by the current situation, okay, some of the points which I mentioned here, there are people who are losing money, there are people who are losing job, like the Naxalite concept. This may also, there may be a situation in the near future where people who have lost money, who have lost everything, they may get into the negative things of like robberies and other things. To give an example, even the government, when the second lockdown was closed for a bit, they told, few people can go to office. The first thing which we received was the guidelines by police from Bangalore and other, states that, please keep your valuables at home and come out. There may be chances of robbery, okay, theft and other things because other people are not, positive. They have lost monies, they have lost their jobs. Anything can happen. While you are at job, anything can happen at your home also. Only when the elders are there, or kids are there at home, anything can happen there also. Therefore, I look at it as a great opportunity for security business, right? The next concept of security for me was security as an industry. The government takes care of community security. They order CCTVs, and the other big companies order. They take care on the roads and other public places. There is home security where customer takes care. There is office security where organization takes care. There is one more security which has arisen because of the COVID is the personal security. You want to be secured from COVID. You want to be secured from other people. Okay. You want to protect yourself, secure yourself from others also, because it comes from people to people. So this, for the moment, I will tell you the next why I thought this as a concept. Okay. When I talk about the next slide, right? And then the next point, what I mentioned was going by all these trends. Today, going by the consumer Mackenzies report, I said roti, kapda, or makan, and the next only thing which is there in the priority list would be security. I'll also, strengthen my argument by telling no organization, no country has compromised on the budget of security, the military budget or any other budget, right? To kind of give any kind of loans or any kind of funding to the COVID or any other situation at the cost of security. No. First comes for any nation security. First comes for all of us at home also security. Of course, along with the current situation, security is on top of our mind. So if I had to argue, I would argue definitely roti, kapda, makan or security. That is a priority. It's all up to us how smart we are, how good we are as a salesman, as an organization. How can we use our brains to pull that money? What scheme you utilize, what you give, what you take, it's up to us. But I strongly feel there is a need, there is money, there is opportunity for security. For the big businesses, the projects and other things, obviously, the government orders in public places. As it is, there are a lot of initiatives from the governments on the smart city and other things. Plus, now the requirement is going to change. We have the segment wise analysis in the next few slides, which I'll tell you. It will be more additional, requirements in the public place also, with the same kind of equipments doing a different job altogether. So therefore, more equipments, more products are required from the security front, even in the public places. Even government spending on security products will be high for other reasons. Internal security of the COVID, managing COVID situation for the next 2 years. Let's discuss that in the next slide. But if you ask me a question, is the security a priority of the market today? For all the segment, I say yes. And these are the points to strongly recommend that. So look at this, segment wise. The government, which contributes to 30%. Even I had, a small discussion with Anik also, with his vast experience on this slide. Government is not going to cancel orders. Government requirements for the defense, which is the major buyer, and all the other key departments, the market, the requirement is very much there. It may get delayed. And I was also laughing at myself as an industry, as a salesman in the security. I've also sold other products like vacuum cleaners and aquaguards in Eureka Forbes, which we could convert in minutes, in minutes in 90s when I started my career. But that is not the case with security. You need multiple visits, you need a lot of patience. The difference between the salesman of the security and the other category is the patience, right? So we are born and brought up with a lot of patience as a security salesman. So you need to have the same kind of patience and wait, maybe not for days, for a few more months to grab your opportunity. But otherwise, like tourism, like hospitality, this industry is not going to be vanished. For example, for the next 1 or 2 years, unless the serious efforts are made, tourism is dead, travel is dead because of the fear factor. So there is a huge loss. But I would not say the security industry is dead because of the COVID. No, it cannot happen that way, right? People need to think of their security, be at home, be at the nation level, national level, or city level. We need to. And all the departments, all the organizations, all the companies, private or government, they need to think of it. So this is the first example of the government orders. After 6 months, we have analyzed for short term and long term. Up to 6 months and long term. Long term, once the situation becomes all right, this will be business as usual in all the segment. In this, hospitality, retail is very badly affected. Retail because some of the retail, not the groceries. For example, take clothing. Okay, lifestyle retails. Okay, most of these, the lifestyle, the cloth, ready-made shops, all this stuff, it is very badly affected. People have the choice of going online, Mintras of the world, Flipkarts and Amazons of the world once it is open. Or most of them are also coming out with their own digital initiatives. As days are passing, there's hard work going behind the scene. They may come back. But as an industry, for us to go install our equipment, our materials, our products there, it will take some time because they need to think their strategies and come back. Otherwise, banking is the business as usual, but business delayed, not denied. Business delayed. Payments may be an issue. It will take some time. Industry and all of us at each level, the organizers, the OEMs, the distributors, the integrators, the other companies like Eureka Forbes, all of us have to come out with our own strategies on how to handle this market and yet make this pie of business. Residential, as I said, intelligent customers, the needs are not changed. The needs are very much there. In fact, I would say earlier the need was not there in the residential, if you say. Now the need is more because of the situation, what we said. Anything can happen when people are at home, they're alone at home. When we start working, anything can happen. Even your neighbor who has lost his job can do something. Okay, therefore, security, it is there, even both short term and long term. That is how I analyzed, and this is the segment wise, the market share is there, and this is the opportunity for all of us. Whoever is into any of these segments, this is the fact for you. And as I said, when you have money, when you have requirement, when you have priority, there is short term, there is long term. Most of us are today confused, which we'll discuss in the next few slides, and how we are and what we are. Definitely, because this happened all of a sudden. No one expected in the month of March. We were doing business. In fact, Eureka Forbes traditionally does best of the business in the last month of our financial year. We call it as all-time high. We are all heading for that. Everyone was busy, collecting, payments after payments after payments. And all of a sudden, this lockdown came. No one expected. No one expected. So therefore, it was a kind of a shock when people said, go home, lock yourself. First 10 days were kind of a different feeling altogether. What's happening, we did not know. Right? So then people slowly started, getting into their nerves. Okay, this is how it is situation. When we started hearing from Italy, Spain, US, slowly other countries, and our own Maharashtra, Gujarat. Now we are more used to this corona thing. When people are already in the second or third lockdown, people have become used to it, and we have started our own daily things now already. Little bit of work is already happening on all the front. Now the next question is, obviously when all of us were not ready, the producers are not ready, the products are same, but the situation is different. So the first thing comes is using the same product, using the same services. How can I do different? How can I conceptually change my presentation to customer and ask them to use the same product for different use? So therefore, this some of the things, already people have started using this, and some of the products have also come. CCTV as a monitoring tool. CCTV was there as a installed and forgotten. Whenever some incident happened, we will go back to DVR and recording. We'll see. Today, the same thing can become live. A person can sit and monitor the whole stuff in the organizations. It's already happening. You would have already seen few videos of GVK airport and other airports in Hyderabad, Bangalore and Delhi, what arrangements are being made, and most of it is only cameras. Let me tell you, most of it is thermal camera, the other camera. One of the thing what I saw, the Hyderabad demonstration was a simple camera on the security gate, where you show your document. The person on the other side, the CISF person is sitting there, is not going to touch your document of the ID proof, neither the ticket. You have to just show it to the camera. He will see there and he will clear you. It's all cameras there for various usages. It all depends on how I innovate myself with whatever I have right now. Whatever situation, you go to a customer, for example, it may be a different need altogether. How I innovatively think about my product and give him a solution, it all depends on that, right? So this is one of the examples. Video housekeeping using cameras to check and identify staff and visitors not wearing face masks, because that is going to be a new norm when you come back to office. Are you wearing no mask? Are you bringing in your own stuff? Because you are going to bring your own water bottles. You have to bring your own food item when you are going to office. You are going to depend on yourself. Nobody is going to help you there. You want to watch all this stuff. Maybe cameras can be used. This thinking is already going on. And as I'm talking, few people have already would have installed also in their offices. The same cameras earlier we used to tell, it is invading the privacy. But see the situation, how things have changed. Now we are telling the cameras are going to monitor this, because other employees also will tell, no problem for my privacy, please watch others have bought or not. Because the corona is going to come from that man. I don't want that. Other employees will demand, put the CCTV cameras. Because my life and my family's life is going to be affected if the other person is not following the discipline. That's how it is. Employee productivity monitoring is again one of the things to be used in offices. Cameras used as for multi-purpose, track documents in airports, which I just shared with you. Contactless screening, thermal cameras. I've seen that happening in airports now. It's already in use. The moment it is open, you are going to experience it if you are going to travel, right? Health data analysis and monitoring. Thermal cameras will be used, okay, for the body temperature analysis, maybe daily basis. Okay, as we are talking, one of the thing, of course, we are not using any camera as such right now. Through our attendance app, we are going to ask all the employees to record their temperatures every day. Uh, you know, and mention in that only the attendance will be automated. Attendance will be automated. If the temperature is below, it says attendance marked yes. Otherwise, you are absent. That's how it is going to be. This is one of the things. So, like this, many innovations are going to come, and our products can be used at the moment without any major change. And as we are talking here on the sales front, there's already a big team of people working across the world, on how I bring in the new products to innovate and bring in quickly to the market to align the products to the current requirements. So let's see what else is there. On the access control, major change in the organizations, be it government, be it the public places, be it your own office, even at your own home today. We sell at homes. We do a lot of access controls at home through digital locks. This is a great opportunity, and this is going to be touchless access control is going to be a new thing. I've been watching consistently a lot of advertisement Okay, sensor, the sanitizers, touchless sanitizers already there in near the doorsteps of the officers, homes you can do. And this is what is the innovation which is already happening. Access control, multiple functions, temperature monitoring, okay, a product with all these functions in one. Access, temperature control, even, as a dispenser for sanitizer, all put together as one. It's going to replace. It's a replacement market. Even person who has got access control right away, they have to change. It's a big market, and as fast as possible, producers are going to be there. In matter of days, we should have this. Maybe to start with, maybe it will be a high cost, but it is a need. It is a need, right? But there are products already. For example, at home, there are locks, face recognizing, access controls are already there in the market. May not be 3-in-1 or 4-in-1, just doing the same job without any touch. Biometric, no. Face recognition, only those products are already in there for ages now. We can do that for the current requirement. As the days goes, definitely there will be development, there is an opportunity, and you know, great opportunity, positive thing for access control there. Intrusion, I was just going through the reports. China contributes only 10% of the production of intrusion. Most of it comes from Europe and US. So as far as the production and the product, there's no problem. As far as the requirement is concerned, I did a deep thinking because I've been an intrusion specialist from my beginning. Okay, inside out, we have done the business. So this is nothing to do with COVID here. It's purely security. If you go, if the customer has money, if you have the ability to bring that money out, you can continue to sell intrusion. Banks and financial institutions, intrusion is a big market, right? The fire alarms, the big market there. That has got nothing to do with COVID. The requirements are very badly there. More than any time, banks and small institutions, financial institutions require the security because robbery can happen, anything can happen. So therefore, intrusion, no problem. Video door phone, there are a lot of developments happened already. There are new things, though it's a small ticket item, but that can be a major thing today. Immediately, immediate, urgent, and immediate, right? Uh, because that helps people keep the social distance at homes, even at offices you can have. There are cameras, Wi-Fi video doorbells, okay, and most of the products in the future, mobile is going to play a major role as per my observation. Mobile as a platform, because this is very personal. You want to access control, something will happen with the mobile. What exactly will happen? I'm not a product specialist, but definitely mobile platform, okay, is going to play a major role in all the future products to come because of the COVID situation. That is my this one. I can operate through my app, whatever it is. It will connect to the product and record whatever functions is required. It will be connected to the mobile. Mobile platform is in more in all the products according to my own prediction. Obviously, being there in the industry, you all would have also thought about it. This is how it is for each product. When we looked at it, intrusion, there is an opportunity. Video door phone, there is no problem. CCTV already in. And one of the things which I was reading an article is, there are lakhs of educational institutions. It's a big business opportunity when the schools reopen, the colleges reopen in the month of June, July, August, or even September. It is the biggest industry, biggest market segment which is going to be there for all of us, because every school will be asked to follow a lot of other protocols which involves security products, CCTV, attendance, okay, maybe other monitoring cameras, many things which I'm discussing for organization. When the market opens, when the school opens, whenever it opens, there is a big opportunity waiting for the security industry. Okay, by then, if the products are already aligned to the requirements, we may go with the new products, or if it is not, then we may have to go with the existing products and guide them how you can do right now with the existing products. So there is a big market opportunity for all of us. So we looked at the markets, we looked at the consumer behavior, we looked at money is there or not, we looked at the situation in general. Now getting into the last part of the presentation, next 5, 10, 15 minutes, right? So how, as a person, as a businessman, as an integrator, as a distributor, as a OEM, as an organization selling these products? How do I look at things? So I had this simple concept. I'll not break your head with this, rocket science. This is not a rocket science. This is a very simple funda called VUCA world, leadership in VUCA world. What is VUCA world? VUCA is a combination of four letters, VUCA, which is the concept of American Army around in 70s and 80s when they were fighting with Vietnam. Even the American Army had to go through, they were defeated with guerrilla, warfare, which they were not knowing, known to US people. It was all traditional way of doing wars earlier. Okay. But then they realized and they found that, okay, this is now is no more the same traditional way of doing business. The world is VUCA for, military. We need to, different countries, different regions, because Americans fight across the world. So they have to adapt to that kind of, situation. That's the concept. And this is being taught in all the management schools, and most of the senior leadership and junior leadership is being trained on this for last 5 years, telling that the world is VUCA. What is VUCA? VUCA is the world, a market situation, which is volatile, which is uncertain, which is very complex, and which is, ambiguity is very high. In a simple way, I have put it in the last column. Things change unpredictably, suddenly, extremely, especially for the worst. Current situation. March 15th, March 2nd week, I was in Bombay, somebody was in US, somebody was in Pakistan, somebody was in other part of the.
Can I see Jagdish Shukla? मन लाके check है. हाँ जगदीश जी, जगदीश भाई शुक्ला हमारा हाई स्कूल सर्विस से खड़ा हुआ थे.
Hello. Okay, sorry for the interruption. The volatile is all of a sudden something happening which we are all caught unaware. Okay, we are all surprised for the first 10 days. We did not even know what to do. Uncertainty is, as we are talking today, morning something had happened, evening something else is happening. All of a sudden, yesterday saw the highest number of deaths and highest number of cases in one single day. We call it a spike. When everything seems to be normal, then comes all of a sudden 50, cases in Bangalore, one part of Bangalore. Vasangudi is locked. X, area is done. State is locked. So this is all uncertain. We don't even know what's happening next. We are having hopes. We are thinking positive, but it's all uncertain. And mixing of these two is a complexity. When things are very volatile, when things are very uncertain, it's all mixed, interconnected, and you are so confused. You're so confused, and we don't know what to do. That's what is, complex. Things are very simple things which you are managing have become very complex for all of us, because the speed at which things are changing, we are not able to predict, and therefore the ambiguity for all of us. What should we do? What should we not do? Right? There is a lack of clarity, awareness about the situation. This is what is VUCA world, and VUCA world today is there here. We are discussing that for last 35 minutes or 40 minutes. And what are the effects of it? Volatility, there's a lot of risk, a lot of losses, whatever we've been discussing just now. Everything is locked. Nobody is doing business. We don't know how to do it. This is right or that is right. What customers will think, we don't know. So what are the demands? What it demands? VUCA world demands from you as a businessman, as a salesman, as a leader. What it demands? Okay, the volatility demands a clear vision from each one of you. So mentally, we are very strong. Okay, you know what you want in life. You are going to go through this. There are some people who are already gone mad. People who are going to doctors and psychiatrists. They are weak-minded people. They did not know what to do. They are being consumed by this current situation. There are people like all of us, most of us, very strong. We know what we are doing. That's why we are attending this. Let's see what is there today. We are attending so many seminars and webinars. Find out how can we move forward. Very clear vision can help. Understanding of the situation may not be exactly. We are not going to get PhD out of this understanding. We need to understand the situation so that we do our things the way we want now to survive. Okay, there should be some kind of clarity on what I do, what I don't do. That is what is the leadership quality is required now. And agility, you need to be flexible. I have just thought about this and put it in this way. I mean, what is the kind of leadership style required if you are heading a business, if you are on your own as an integrator, We call it as leap leadership. What is leap? Be liberal. You should have a behavior in such a way that you should be able to, you know, accept things. Okay, I have 30 years of experience, I have 40 years of experience, I did this business, I have done crores of turnover. No, I'm going to be like this only. No, you need to be liberal, open to new behavior. Because the COVID situation I did not discuss because of the want of time. One of the behavior change for all of us last 60 days, each man of the family, everyone has done the work in kitchen. बर्तन धोना या झाड़ू साफ करना, ये करना, घर का साफ सफाई करना, everything we are done. We are not sitting thinking that we are men, we are not supposed to do this, we are only supposed to do the work in office. No, we are flexible. Most of the men are learning in kitchen, appreciating their wives and their maids, the efforts of the people. This is what is, the liberal mindset. I am not the same. Put it into business now. I have run the business for 30 years. This is what I know. This is the way it should be. No, change as per the situation. That is what is the leadership qualities required for you to survive and succeed. You need to be energetic. One of the Mackenzies report which says India is one of the country, very few country where people are engaged in physical exercising, meditating, because we are a different country. Okay, to keep ourselves energetic. And all of us have that in our DNA because of our culture. Right? So that should continue. You need to be energetic. You can't say, no, yeah, I'm sitting and bored. Now the energies are also out now. Last 1 week, that was the biggest news, right? All of us were laughing at looking at the videos. The energy was not there for most of us. The energy is out. the, the shops are open. The liquor shops are open. People are so happy. That is other energy. But energy here, what I'm referring is the mental, attitude. Yes, I can do is what is the energy, and of course, the physical fitness is very important. Agility is all about evolve, learn quickly, like the way I told you, learning kitchen work, learning cooking. Most of us have tried 1 or 2 dishes in the last 60 days, right? Either a non-veg or a vegetarian, a simple thing, or cutting vegetables for your wife. Something new which you are not done, you are done. So put it into business scenario. That is what is required. Being agile to do something. Think of your beginning of our careers. Maybe you would have done all kinds of job. Maybe that is required today to restart the whole thing, for the next 15 years of our careers. People are in 50s and, people are in 40s, 25 years of your career. Maybe you have to start from zero. Maybe you have to do the same work what you have done 20 years. You should not have that ego. Okay. Maybe next slides are talking about getting digitally educated, getting digitally, aware, implementing things. This is where agility comes in. You need to be very flexible, and you should be able to partner with the suppliers, the customers, and all the stakeholders at home, at office, and everywhere. This is what is the leap leadership to succeed in VUCA. And I put the same thing into 6 action plans as an individual. If you do this, maybe you're starting the business in 10 days from now, 15 days from now, already would have started. What is required? What are the 6 R's? I have just mentioned. This is my own, framework I did. Reflect. You have enough time even today, even if you are starting 18th or 20th, end of the month. The lockdown 4 is definitely going to be in. Already Prime Minister has told about this. How we are starting our business, we all know. Still, there is a lot of time to think. We are still at home. A lot of traveling is not happening. Sit and think about what things have worked for you, what has not worked for you, what is your strength and weakness, and compare that with the current situation. The last leap and this is connected. This is in action. That was a concept, right? So think about it. Put down things onto a paper. Find out your strengths and weaknesses. Situation, you analyze today's situation. What you should be doing. Be ready for that, right? Once you are done with your thinking, you know your knowledge. You know what is your strength and weakness. What is your success formula which has worked earlier. You also mostly know what is going to work now. Plan A, plan B should be there. One thing, you go with the market to the market. It may not work 100%. Definitely, we all know being in business, we quickly change and be ready, regain your knowledge, and get ready with your mentality that you can do things in this situation. React to the situation is the next thing. Prepare yourself. If I have to put it into action, if I am a salesman in industry, I'm an integrator in industry. Put your required process, because nobody is going to allow you. Nobody is going to allow you if you just go back to the customer in the way you used to go back. A lot of things preparedness, every organization is, lot of meetings from morning till evening to prepare the sales teams, the service teams, the technicians, to go to customers, because customers are not going to accept the same. So this is what I meant, react. Prepare yourself for the current situation, how your requirement is there for the current market situation, current customer. If you want to face the customer, how customers are going to. You may connect up with few of your relatives, friends, or your old customer itself. Sir, if I come to your house, what is that your expectation? If you want to understand exactly what they want, so accordingly you prepare. Otherwise, everyone knows you as a customer. The best way to understand here is you think like a customer. If somebody is coming to your house for some delivery or some kind of repair work or a plumbing work, how would you take him today? Would you take him the way you used to take him directly? What are the things you check? Maybe that is what you need to do as a business, as an organization, to send your people to customers' homes or offices, right? That's how it is. Reconnect. The most important thing, even the VUCA world says, partnership. Reconnect with your all the stakeholders, future prospects, old and new customers, your pipeline orders. That is there in the action plan also, which I have mentioned. Okay. Next, that is the action. Once you reflect, regain your this one. Once you react to the situation, reconnect with all your stakeholders into your business. Rise, according to me, was to kickstart your immediate business. When I say roar at the end, this is the long term. Maybe after 6 months, you can always write your own story, telling your grandchildren, your other business, young people who come out of the college. This is how I did it through COVID. It's going to be a case study for each one of us. How we did it through COVID, how we succeeded. First and foremost thing, we survived this virus. We did not allow it to come to my house and to us. That is the greatest achievement. Being in India with 1.3 billion population, if you are safe and away from corona, that is the first achievement for you and your family. The second achievement is, in spite of that, I am able to come back to business and also survive. That is going to be a success story 6 months or 1 year down the line. All depends on when corona subsides. So with this action, we also thought about the challenges at the customer touch points. Very fine tuning, into the. This is what I was telling you as a customer. Would you allow somebody to come? No. The best way. What is the best strategy? Using digital platform. Okay. As we are talking, we are on the platform of Evargro, the initiative of Anik and his team. They've already thought about it. Maybe he had a very vision, that corona is going to come in a later sense, he and his team. So one of the very few companies I saw when I saw this Evargro as a platform. Okay. Good initiative. We in our company in Eureka Forbes, we have been doing this. Digital connection is as a company for other products. We've been doing this, right? And this is the thing going to happen for all of us, whether you're an integrator, small time, even a chicken shop near your house who's been supplying traditionally cutting and supplying fresh chicken meat. They are going digital. You call them, you see the maybe in the video, WhatsApp, to just choose your chicken and then it is cut and then it is supplied to you, because the vendor is known to you and he is known to you and you're known to him. It goes on. But the bottom line here is the digital. Okay. If you are supposed to train, if you do not know, if you are not a digital savvy person, what is digital? Digital is nothing, connected with human interface. It is all through a platform. To give an example, WhatsApp video calls, Zoom video calls, the Skypes of the world, whatever we are doing through, we used to do for entertainment earlier. WhatsApp call is mostly done with our families. Now WhatsApp is increased. WhatsApp can be done for Apple phone. It was there. I don't know about the Android. 8 members video call. Business meets can be done through video call. Most of our training program we are doing right now is digital. Okay, no human interface directly. This is going to happen to customers. Your dealings are going to be through, maybe the demonstration is going to be through, which we are doing right now already in Eureka Forbes, in many other companies. We demonstrate the products. Okay, this selling started almost 2 months back, 1.5 months back. After 20 days, Okay. And then there was apprehension that what customers may think, everybody is dying and these people want sales. But you have to survive. If you have to survive, you have to start. There are many people, salesmen. It is not initiative of the team or organization. Some of the great salesmen, they started calling up their old customers. This is what we have to learn from sometimes, the lowest level of the employees. They started calling their employees. They had good relationship with them, show them the new products, transfer the videos, digital leaflets to them, help them understanding, maybe 2, 3 times calls, because customers are free at home. They can speak to you. They can spend a lot of time with you. And let me tell you, I am witnessing, even not even going to a new customer, we are able to collect a lakh of rupees for different products altogether. Okay. That is the magic of, you know, selling. Digital, it is making difference. I'm not talking security products. I'm not talking very well established product. Even a new product was launched, okay, which is worth 45,000 rupees. It is being sold like hotcake. Okay, it's all through digital. Customers have not seen. Of course, a company like Eureka Forbes, as Anik said, it has got its own recognition, the brand in the customer's place in the market. Obviously, as an integrator, as an OEM, as a distributor, even I have my own set of customers where my brand as a OEM, my brand as a distributor, my brand as a dealer, or my brand as an integrator, I have with my own customers. There are customers who are trusting us, believing us. We can go back to them. That is what is my next slide. I mean, you should have your own customers. You should be digitally ready. I would appreciate the initiative done by this Evargro team, and more of this should continue. The digital training of integrators should happen, because those are the people who are moving this business across the country. They should know how to deal. Otherwise, as an industry, we may be lacking. Customers want something and we are delivering something. It will happen that way. So digitally getting connected, upgraded, okay, getting into the system is the most important, you know, change required in all of us as businessmen. Banks, you're going to deal with digital. Customers, you're going to deal with digital. The vendors you're going to dealing with would be digital. Everywhere it's going to be digital. So get into this big time. Even at the, if it is required to invest, even in this crisis time, many people, I have seen one of the biggest apparel company, okay, I'm closely observing in India. They have n number of shops. Everything is shut. The entire team is sitting and working to upgrade digitally as quickly as possible. Then they have to let it known to the customer that we are ready now. Please go and see. I have seen a company like West Side. How they used to engage. They used to send their customers a link. Open this link. The new set of arrival. This summer collections have arrived. Go through this, like it, book it. Have you ever imagined this? A link coming to you. Okay, this is the ethnic wear, this is the summer wear for boys, girls, different categories. Go through this, click on the product, like it. Also, whichever you want to buy, you can just select and show it to us. When it opens, we will deliver, because they did not have the complete system. West Side is one of the biggest brands in the ready-made apparel. This is just one of the examples. Everyone is going there, and if you are not digitally ready, I think you will not be able to do business immediately or even in future also. Okay, customers are apprehensive to meet in person. This is again exactly number of visits we have to, because the security business requires a lot of visits to customers, be it commercial, be it residential. We take almost 8 to 10 visits. Impossible today. When they are not allowing you to visit one time, how are you going to do? Think about this. This slide can be discussed even for next 1 hour if you want to, point by point, action by action. If you are going to reduce your 8 visits or 6 visits or 4 visits by 50%, then how are you going to deal with the customer? What should be done? Therefore, again, what can be done? Obviously, you have to deal with digital. Before you going, maybe you would have had around 5 rounds of calls and video calls and product demonstrations through all digital. Even the booking, as I said, you are able to convince. If you are able to train your team members accordingly, you can be even taking the order, and a third party goes and delivers only for installation purpose. Yes, even think of a site survey, of course it is complex, but how can we have to think. One day we will arrive at that. Digitally, it is possible to do a site survey and give the quotation. It is possible. How? Maybe we don't know right now. Necessity will definitely help us to invent. Nothing is impossible today. That's what I'm trying to do. COVID-free installations, how are we going to do it? Obviously, you have to prepare your team and you have to let customer know about this. Otherwise, customers will not have the confidence amongst you. They may choose somebody else. Your prices are good, your product is good. If you are not COVID ready for the market, customer may choose somebody else who is better prepared, okay, not to spread COVID at their house, because personal health is the most important thing right now for everybody, including all of us. So how are you going to prepare your team? As I'm talking, I have been involved with our own preparation to, opening up markets, and we are training people how you have to behave, because that is not our habit, including my own self. Washing my hand for 8 times in a day, impossible. Never thought about it. Okay, never thought. Maybe before we eat, after we eat, maybe in between. Whenever you go to freshen up, yes. But otherwise, just hand washing as an habit, it was not there. So this is a new habit you have to make. Training is very badly required to align your team members, the technicians and other people, to have the COVID readiness so that customer accept all of us at their place. And obviously, to reduce this visits and all this, you need to have a lot of coordination. You can't have your stakeholders. If you're an integrator, you can't have your supplier, supplying one item now, one item tomorrow. No, you can't have. You need to have better coordination on logistics, materials, between sales and technician team. You need to have a lot of coordination. If you are a salesman come technician, obviously there's one layer cut there, but you need to keep all the stakeholders. It's not only the salesman, it is the front end and the back end and the partners. This is what I said in the earlier slide in VUCA world. Partner successfully. You need to partner with everyone properly. Everyone need to be aligned, not one person, if you want success. In our industry, we all know who are our stakeholders. If you are a distributor, if you are a integrator, if you are an organization, you know who are your stakeholders. You better partner, align yourself so that when we go to customers, it is minimal. Just the work of installation is what I physically foresee. Only the physical intervention is required for installation of the product. Even programming can be done remotely. So we need to innovate. Obviously, I'm talking on paper today, but our teams goes on the field. When they start doing installation, maybe 30 days down the line, we will have one more presentation, how nicely we are doing things. Each one of us, each one of you can even share your own experience, because when we do it, we'll definitely know how to do it. As we are talking, maybe we have not done a single installation in COVID, post-COVID, post-Corona, we say, no? After Corona and before Corona. We have not done any after Corona installations yet. Maybe it will be a big presentation how an after Corona installation is going to be. That's how it is, right? Coming to the last few slides. Shift in approach, very badly required. Single sales order. If you want to survive, you need to look at lifetime value. These are some of the practices we have been doing. Single sales order to lifetime value of a customer is what we should look at. Then your approach should be not losing a customer. Pre-sales focus, after sales is going to be more important, because as integrators, we always looked at selling and forgetting customers. Now take care of your customers, because they are going to give you more orders again and again. You can go back to them. If you have 25 of your customers today loyal to you, you can generate business through them to survive now. Sell at any price. Industry as a practice, we always lowered our prices somehow to get sales. I would say quality of solution to customer. People have money, they will pay. Change our mentality, change our behavior, right? Personal selling to digital approach, we discuss in detail. I would not, again, because of want of time, I'll speed up this. This is the shift in focus required. This is what is agility. We spoke about leap. In the leap, we also spoke about LEA. What is A? Agility, right? This is what is required. So after the shift, this is the last important slide I said. I thought about a lot. Current situation, you have to count, maybe you have to keep yourself 0 to 180 days. That is what you need to approach your way. Currently you have to survive. This is what Jack Ma said last week. Whoever is going to survive next 6 months in their business, that itself will be a great achievement. That means after April, after maybe December, January, in the next 2021, January, February, March, if you are telling I am a distributor yet, I'm an integrator, I have installed during last 6 months, I'm still doing business, you deserve a big round of applause. You have survived the biggest crisis ever in this world, have ever seen. That means it's the greatest achievement. So what you are supposed to do, one of the discussions I had, one of the meetings I attended, the concept was work like a startup, which I also told you. When you started your career, you did everything. When you started your business, you are the office boy, you are the receptionist, you are the salesman, you are the managing director, you are everything. Maybe we should not have any dignity of labor today or any organization anywhere. Everybody should do everything. That's what I gave an example of kitchen. How we are doing, washing vessels, washing, floors, cleaning houses, vacuum cleaning, every damn thing we are doing. You should not have dignity of labor. That is what you have to do it in next 6 months to survive. Redefine security to customer. If somebody is offering you some products, if immediately security products are not sold, some of you may already have started thinking, what product I can sell. Align yourself to immediate and urgent requirements of customers. If you have your own customers, nothing wrong to make some money, right now, to survive for the first 0 to 60 days. Once you have some capital and it's up and running, you have the confidence, you're meeting customers, you're making some money through some products, good enough. Better if it is related products, as I said, realign, redefine security means personal security means what? Today there are so many other products like sanitizer dispensers. There are so many other things are available. If you are able to access those and giving it to the organizations or customers, start selling something related. Okay, good enough. We are not robbing. We are doing something to the customers and gaining business. That will give you confidence of doing business in crisis. So diversify is what I'm talking right now. Diversify to survive. Shortlist and sell good products. And if you already started doing, nothing wrong in that. Don't think about, am I doing right? I'm a security person. I know I'm selling some, something junk. Nothing wrong. We are not robbing customers. We are not cheating. We are still doing business. Nothing wrong. If you have to survive, if you have to do that business, please do it. Okay. Reconnect with old customers. This is what I said. Customer lifetime customer value. If you have given good service, I'm sure being in the industry, if you have to win business, we need to have good relationship with customers. Most of us have. Still, it can improve. If you have, connect back with them, request them for upselling and cross-selling, or also even reference. That's what 61 days to 120 days, situation continues in the same way, then we may have to continue the same strategy. If it is better, then at that point of time, we cannot even tell today exactly what you should be doing there. No. What we are predicting is things should become better. Everyone would have gained confidence. Slowly move into your original products as the market opens up. Start building the orders right now. Start giving demonstrations. Don't stop about your, the pitching has to continue. The booking has to continue. Maybe the final delivery and other things can happen. Final, exchange of money can happen later, but this should continue. Suitable short-term and long-term goals align with the stakeholders for effective execution is the 120 days plan. 30 to 40% of business should be generated through referrals by then. At least you should have connected up with all your customers. That is the key for your business. And 120 to 180 days, you will have to have choice of new products by then. Many producers would have already left the good products in the market which are exactly suitable to the conditions. Maybe you will be negotiating with your partners. Definitely a lot better way to do business by then, because everybody knows China being the main producer, and China got affected in the month of November. They know how the market would be. They have already started. Though we are going to boycott China is what is the current situation, but currently I don't see that happening for security business immediately. Next 6 months to 1 year, Definitely, there will be products from China who are market ready for COVID, post-COVID, that is after COVID. Then definitely most of us are in a good condition to go to customers and sell. There is no adjustment required there. Firm up, safety process to customers so that customers continue to have confidence in you. Action on customer service. This is what I suggest. Customer revenue from service also should be one of the practices which is not in the industry, but from Eureka Forbes for the last 20 years we have been doing this. We always give importance. Even after 10 years after buying product, we try to give service. This is most important, I feel, being brought up in the same kind of environment for 29 years in the country, this condition. Customer satisfaction is ultimate. They will take care of you. Digital, again, last point, digital service and referrals should be giving good results by 6 months to your business. These three sub verticals within your business should be right, giving good amount of business, and you will definitely have confidence. After 6 months, take a deep look into your business, what's happening, the government rules by then, right? What is the customer behavior by then? What is their understanding? What is your understanding? Accordingly, we need to realign the process. Maybe we can meet, definitely share with each other our own experiences later and continue with our business. As I said, if you have survived, you are still doing the business, right, on the same industry, you deserve a big round of applause. You're a big achiever. It's not the turnover. If you are surviving, if you are there and confident to go again next year for the business, you are an achiever. Each one of us will be an achiever. So that is what I just wanted to tell. This is my last slide. Be a VUCA proof leader, because the situation is going to continue, will come. When you are ready with this, then definitely there will be one more situation. You should be ready for that. Being a businessman, 24/7, 365. You should be VUCA proof leader. So Anik, that ends my presentation. I think I have taken 15 minutes extra. Sorry for that.
So I guess, yes, I am there, Ananthraj. It's always a pleasure listening to you, and I'm sure the 30 odd participants who are there in the session today, they have found this immensely valuable from the fact of how you shared your insights and stuff. But before I summarize, I would really would want to check if participants would have any questions for you. Thank you everyone for a very patient hearing, listening to Anant, and I'm sure you guys would have a lot of thoughts coming onto your mind right now. We do have time, and we don't have to worry about time. I mean, for sessions like this, time would always be less up. So if anyone have any questions that you would want Anant to answer, please unmute yourself and you can ask the question, or you can just simply type it out on the chat box and we can take the question up. So any one of you want to ask any question to Anant over the discussion that we had right now? Any questions from the audience? Any participant have any questions? You can unmute yourself.
On a lighter note, Anik, on a lighter note, no, Anik, on a lighter note, okay, maybe I was so bad.
Good, Anant. Would be great if you can just turn on your video so that at least I'm sure people can see you as well. For folks who would have not known you before this session, it'd be good to see you there. You can just turn on your video. And questions from the audience, if anyone has for Anant. You can just simply Mohit, I guess you need to unmute the participants if there are any questions from anyone.
No, but we don't have any messages of now.
Okay.
Or they can directly unmute themselves, so that's not a problem. Yeah.
Hope it was useful for them. Definitely, we can connect up through you, Anik. If they have any kind of questions, we are definitely we can sort their doubts. We can always work together and help them out.
No, I think
But
this is something which is really wonderful today, Anant, to have you talk on this very relevant topic. Uh, uh, the the fact of the matter of your experience in this industry, your the ability to manage a very large team does come out from the way how you articulated the challenges that you think that the industry would be typically having, and how, for example, the way how the aspect of the preparedness that is required for the stakeholders
I
to be
guess,
there. Sorry, yeah, Mohit, there's a
yeah,
question.
I guess someone has raised their hand. I think Mr. Kishore. So I'm just unmuting
Please,
yourself.
I would work. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
please.
Yeah,
Hi
Mr.
there.
Kishore, you can please ask your question. Yeah,
Am I audible right now?
yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have a simple question, sir. During this COVID situation, is there any possibility to create a recurring revenue model, sir? Like, because the AMC situation is totally zero now, because all commercial buildings are not functioning. So, I mean, this is. Do you have any idea from where we can start some recurring revenue model?
So I would say, if you're expecting the recurring revenue model to give you result right away, I would say no. The
Yes, sir,
efforts
but
has to start now.
yeah, we
The
can start.
efforts have to start now. That's what you need to. I would not know what space you are working, Kishore. Definitely, there are opportunities when you sit down and think about your customers, the business they are into, and whom you're catering, who are your best 10, 15 customers. When you go deep diving into those things, definitely you will find a way forward to get the recurring revenues. But immediately, I would say no. When you start working, maybe 6 months from now, you would have a model there.
Okay.
That is what I said, shift in our mindset, because we always had, the one thing, in our this one, sell and forget. This is what is the practice I have been into. Forget the customer once you are sold, because the product itself is not going to work after a year or two. Forget, next we'll go replace it. Service mindset is not there in industry in India. It has to come. So therefore, a lot of kind of reorganization will definitely happen in Indian market. The cheap products will go. People who offer better solutions with quality products are going to be in for long term. Lot of correction is going to happen for sure across all the segments, projects or commercial, small offices or even residential. Quality is going to be in. And recurring model you are referring, definitely, because once Make in India comes in, Indian products definitely are not that bad, and people will question. An Indian product across all the segments, be it Bajaj scooter, be it a radio earlier, be it a mixie today, it's all serviceable. People take the service. Even prestige cookers, they are service. They have service centers. So with that mindset, and the India Make in India, when it happens for security products, it's going to be a big change in the way we work in the future, and recurring will be there.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Mohit, do you have any more questions from any of the participants?
Good evening. This is Madhu. I wanted to ask a single question kind of thing. How can you be so positive? Just wanted to know the secret of your positivity, Anand.
I would attribute this to Eureka Forbes, because the way the culture of our company, and we have seen this, having worked almost 30 years now in the company. We never look at, see, one thing, when things are very tough, no, you need to be very innocent. This is what I have followed as a principle. I have not watched a single news TV news this one for last 60 days, because if you sit in front of the TV, you will only see the negative things. You rather talk to some positive people, like all of us, the way we are. I've engaged myself last 60 days only into these kind of things. There are negative things, in this world. There has never been a positive thing always. We have to choose, where we are, and that's how it is. And as I said, we are even learning from few of our salesmen, very young people. they're just sitting in their village, connecting up with their customers somewhere else, and getting an order of a lakh rupees is ultimate, I would say.
Yeah.
And that brings in the spirit, Yeah, I mean, you just imagine, they're all in their villages, they're connecting
Yeah.
through their mobile, and it's a new product, and getting a rupees, of lakh rupees of order, an advance of 30,000, 40,000 rupees. It's a great motivation. So it's all about, with whom you're associating and what you're thinking. It's all mindset, Madhuri.
Yeah. Thanks, Anand. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And all the best.
Thank you very much, and wish you the same.
Thank you.
Okay. Mohit, do we have more questions? No more hands being raised?
No, not yet.
Okay. I think thanks, Madhuri, for asking that wonderful question to Anant.
Yeah,
And
that's the
this is
best part
something
actually.
which is always
Yeah.
has amazed. I have known Ananthraj for a pretty long time of our professional career, and I have seen him this positive every time under all circumstances. Even when I was trying to sell him our Vista panels at one point of time, and he was trying to refuse it back to us. That's what Ananthraj is, and I'm sure today, guys, this is something which is the crux of the fact. We chose the topic of a changing landscape for security system sales to end users, and I think there can't be anybody better than the business head of Eureka Forbes talking about this, whose day in and day out goes on in terms of engaging end user at the smallest possible level to that of larger projects for them to be talked about. I really, really appreciate and thank Anand for giving this time. For the want of time, for everyone, if there are questions that you have, please feel free to write to us at the simple contact@evargro.com for us to help you connect with Anand to give an answer. The recording of this session would be available on Evargro website as well as on our YouTube channel for anyone to refer back to what Anand spoke about and the different framework that he spoke. The 6 R's that we talked about, I think, goes a long way in terms of re-emphasizing the fact that what we need to do as businesses, as technical associates to our clients, as service providers in a very, very dynamic and fast growing industry, as the crisis comes down and we come out of this situation. With this positive hope, I really, really thank every one of you who have taken out your time and joined this session. We hope that you stay safe. Please follow your personal safety norms and take care of your family. Together, we definitely would come out of this situation very soon. And as Anand said, that the aspect of be a VUCA proof leader is something that every one of us need to practice in our personal life, which would also help us in our professional life. Thank you, Ananthraj. Thank you so much for giving your time for this. It's a pleasure for Evargro to host you, and I'm sure we will get opportunity to host you again on some other topics, some other burning issues that you might would address for the audience, for the community of this industry. We would end the session now. Thank you so much,
No, I just
everyone.
wanted to tell
Yes, Anand,
everybody.
please, your closing
Being
comments.
being in this industry, all of us, all the people who are participating, including Madhuri, it is not a very easy industry for all of us the last 15, 20 years. You asked a question, how you are positive. If you are in this industry for 15, 20 years now, be it in projects, be it in any other segment, that itself says that each one of us who are in this room today, in the platform, are very positive. So with that note, I wish everyone to continue to be positive, because we have chosen this industry and we have to grow this industry. And of course, we have to grow our own businesses for the future, our own careers. So continue to be positive, healthy, and happy. Wish you all the very best. God bless each one of you. Definitely, we can connect in all the modes and solve our problems, each other's problems. God bless.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mohit, thanks a lot for hosting the session and being a wonderful host. We will close the session now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody. Be safe and good night.
Thanks, Mohit. Thanks, Anik.